to another episode of the Iron Pulse podcast. Today, Kyle and I are going to be discussing how we handle the stress of everyday life, basically. And I'm sure that everybody or almost everybody listening to this episode deals with something similar in their own way. Whether you have a family, you're running a side business, you have your side hustle, you have 2 jobs, 3 jobs, you have pets, you have family drama. Like at any point of the day, I'm sure you come across like a stressful decision or a stressful situation that you have your own way of handling. Whether you detach yourself from the situation, you do yoga, you meditate, you exercise. Hopefully you don't eat that stress. But Kyle and I are going to talk about basically what we do. And I mean, honestly, we'd love to hear what you do too. If you reach out to us on Instagram, let us know. But there's no escaping stress. So, that said, Kyle, we can kind of get into it. But Kyle, I guess like the first question is like, what on a normal day, like what tends to be your most stressful like situation or point for that day?
I don't know if I don't really have a specific thing that stresses me. Like it's always something different and it changes for me at least. Like it's never really a reoccurring consistent thing. I would say the ways that I manage that though are like, I use candles a lot. I think candles are a great way to try to clear your mind and make you think better or feel better at least. But one of the things I try to do the most is, regardless of what the stress factor is, I always just try to put myself in the present, because if it's something that's stressing you about in the future, you can't do anything about that right this second. The only thing you can do is maybe try to get ahead of something or work towards that thing that's giving you stress in the future. And if it's something in the past, then it's already happened and it's over with. So you know, I try not to think too much about things that have already happened or that haven't happened yet, and focus more on what's happening right now at this point in time, because that's really the only thing that you as a person can control. You can't control anything that's, happened in the past or that hasn't happened yet. So I think my main tip that I even try to incorporate on most days is just being in the present and doing what you can at that moment in time.
Yeah, I would say that. No, that's a good point. Um, candles are good. I mean, I use candles as well. I like if you can detach yourself from a stressful situation and understand what you can control versus what you can't control. I mean, that goes a long way too. I'd like to sit here and say that I'm good at detaching myself from the situation. I am not. Kyle knows better than anybody too that I am horrible with that. Like I can't put my phone down for longer than 20 minutes. And it's funny because like my phone volume is never on. Like I don't have a ringer on. It's not on vibrate. Like it's on silent all the time, 24/7. Never take it off of silent. Yet like I don't miss a beat when it comes to an email, to a phone call, to anything really. And it's just because like that just shows you like how much I look at it. But it is stressful, and people tend to be the biggest thing that causes me stress. Whether it's like customer service, order fulfillment, product fulfillment, Kyle forgetting the password for something. like we go back, we go back and forth. But like there's you tend to stress yourself out over like situations that at least I do that, maybe you feel like you can control in some way, shape, or form, but in reality, like you're not the one making the decision at the end of the day. So, I'm trying to get better with that, like taking walks or exercising. Once you realize that exercise shouldn't be a job, right? It should be a way to escape from that. But if you're training for something, then it becomes a job because you have an end goal in mind of what you want to achieve, and it becomes more work. So you need to enjoy it for sure. So other than that, I mean, I enjoy video games. I enjoy seeing people. Whether it's some girl that I'm seeing or somebody that can help me detach from the situation and just detach from my phone. That usually helps reduce stress a little bit as well. So, but at the end of the day, like balancing like a full time job with thankfully Kyle, like thankfully we don't have like kids
Yeah.
or animals. I mean we could choose both, but I mean that would just add way more stress to the situation. And it's just because there's a lot going on. When more people rely on you, I feel like the more stressed you become, right? Because then you're no longer thinking for yourself; you're thinking for other people, other animals, like whatever the case is. So, as far as that goes, it's yeah, I don't know. Kyle, like, walk me through like what's a normal day look like for you in terms of your job versus what we do for like iron pulse and a little bit outside of that.
Uh, Usually it's, working 9 to 5. So whatever is going on with actual work. And then throughout that day, it's text between you and I talking about ideas, looking at emails, making graphics for social media, making posts, looking at what we need to do in terms of clothing designs. And it's really just a big mix of all of it throughout the day. Like I could probably do a better job of segmenting and trying to compartmentalize certain parts of my day for certain objectives, but I mean in the end it's really, I mean, we wake up at around, I wake up 2 hours earlier than Cam because I'm on the East Coast, but I just wake up and start working my job at Nestle. And then throughout the day, we just text each other and work on things whenever they come up. Like there's not really a set like task list, I guess. It's
Right.
just, from the time we wake up until the time we go to bed, we're texting about different things and working on different stuff. And
Yeah. No, I would say I'm about the same way. I mean, usually when I wake up, like there's 15 to 20 notifications ranging from something on my calendar to emails, spam emails, customer emails. Hopefully, there's orders that need fulfilled. Um, Usually, Kyle's text message from one I sent him at like 11:30 or midnight the night before, his response. So like, there's a bunch of different things. So I mean, I'm the same way. Like, I'll get up and like the first thing I do, which I shouldn't do, is like I literally check my phone, and that's I know that people say, "Oh, it's bad. Like you shouldn't do that. You need to like naturally wake up and you know start the day by not looking at your phone." I am terrible at that. It's the first thing I do. Like I'll look at my phone, I'll pull it off the charger, and then I'll log on to work, the Lockheed 9 to 5 job. But it's so funny because like I used to get in the office at like 5:30 when I would actually cared to go, and then when I realized how much I hate the bureaucracy, like I get on at like 8 now. I just don't. It's corporate bullshit, man. So
but I would say overall, like if anyone has a lot of stuff going on day to day, I would, which I even need to do a better job of myself, is just set time allotted slots to where you're going to work on, one thing and one thing only, and then when you're done to that, move to the next one, because I find myself jumping around a lot, and I think that when I jump around it just causes more stress, because when you do a little bit of a bunch of different things, you're not really getting one full thing done. Whereas if you're checking full tasks off your list, then it makes you feel less stressed and more accomplished as you're going through things throughout the day. That'd probably be my
right,
main
like
tip.
write stuff down. Yeah, I mean you're not gonna be able to remember everything. I mean I can't remember everything. Kyle can't remember everything. Like I'm almost guaranteeing that anybody listening to this doesn't remember everything as well. So like write it down, whether it's on your phone or on a sticky note or something to where you know you're going to see it, a few times a day, and then you have the ability to erase it or cross it off. Because there is that accomplishment feeling that you want to know in order to know like you're making progress, you're getting things done, you're moving in the right direction. Nobody wants to sit here for 18 hours of a day at your desk or at work and then come home and do the same thing and then realize like you start thinking like, oh, did I even accomplish anything? Like, what did I do today? Except go to work, and then you start to get caught in that wheel, right? unless you're doing something that you enjoy. So everybody deals with stress in their own way. I think that a good, like, Kyle, we've talked about this a little bit, like meditation and yoga.
Yeah.
I've heard that, people swear by it, that it helps like a ton. Maybe that's something that I got to start doing. Like, put my phone down, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, start meditating.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah, but other than that, man, find what works for you. Handle stress in your own way, hopefully in a healthy way. Don't drink it away or eat it away, or that just comes back to bite you even more so. So
yeah, healthy habits.
I think that healthy habits. I think that we could wrap it up there. We hope that you liked and found value in the show. Feel free to share with us like what you do to manage and mitigate stress. As always, thank you for taking the time to listen. You can come be a part of the NVISIOnation Discord and follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Pinterest at Official Iron Pulse. Don't worry, if you prefer email, we've got you covered. Subscribe to the Iron Pulse Report by visiting shopironpulse.com. And remember, no matter what you do, be all in.